So
I'm boycotting Disney until we get a 7-foot black man Tinkerbell. Like, I want Shaq as Tinkerbell.
I want Casper with a black guy voice.
Oh my God.
That's what I want.
No, I want a Hispanic Casper.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, ese.
Hola, Cindy.
Yeah. So, I mean, inclusion, man. We gotta have inclusion. This is going to be a special countdown for me. And what makes it special is the Ripper over here has no idea what the fuck we're going to talk about, but I do.
Not the slightest clue.
Because I wanted to get his genuine genitals.
His genuine genital reaction.
I wanted to get his genitals reaction.
Jesus.
Yeah, I wanted to get his authenticity.
Authenticity.
Yeah. So today, since I don't know when we're ever going to talk about this or bring it up or even have the slightest urge to do this ever, we're going to talk about my top 10 favorite Sci-Fi Channel original movies. That's why I didn't tell him.
Oh, God. Okay.
These are movies that are either produced and made by the Sci-Fi Channel.
Sci-Fi has put out some pretty okay movies, actually.
Or they're going to be movies that were made by similar studios and first shown on Sci-Fi. So if they were first shown on Sci-Fi, I consider them kind of like an OG sci-fi movie or whatever.
Okay. So
But,
we're talking like the last Leprechaun movie.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's not on here, but...
No, I figured it wouldn't be in your top 10, but...
No, these are, get out your popcorn, get out your, checklist for bad acting, bad CGI, and corniness, because it's all of the above, but it's a good time. It's a good time. These is my favorite best of the best, and some of these I actually generally like.
Okay.
So, coming in at number 10, a lot of these movies were made in 2004. So, kicking off is from 2004. You might have seen it, you might have not. It's called Snakehead Terror.
Snakehead Terror?
Snakehead Terror. Basically what this movie's about, it's about these mutated fish that's been mutated with some type of snake venom. I don't know.
So it's like fish with fangs?
Yeah. They're like
evil piranhas?
They're like piranhas, but they look like
venom?
They got well, you've heard of a snakehead fish before, right?
Yeah. It's
like that, but
over the top.
Yeah. But it's I
have not seen this movie, ladies.
These movies are the least offensive, put it like that. Coming in at number 9 is also from 2004, and it's Boa versus Python. This came out, if you guys didn't know, there's a separate movie called Boa, separate movie called Python. They put them together kind of like a Freddy versus Jason or Alien versus Predator type of deal. And it wasn't as good as either one of the single movies, as you would expect, but it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable.
Okay, I got a question about this. Like, I've seen the individual movies, but I haven't seen this movie. Do they tie with the other ones?
Very loosely. I mean, the most that they tie together is you got giant boa and a giant python. It's kind of like...
Okay. Well, I didn't know if it was like one of those, like...
No, it's definitely
they
not like...
somebody from Boa or somebody.
Like, it might have had, like, one or two actors from the previous films, but nothing seriously, like, tying it together, you know. Mm. So, coming in at number 8, very popular one. I could have chose any one from this series, but I chose Sharknado from 2013.
Okay, I have seen all the Sharknadoes, actually.
Yeah.
It's good bad, honestly. Sharknado's just one of those movies you pop in and watch. I mean, it's a bad good time.
Yeah, it's honestly, is, like I said, least offensive than some of the movies that's been put out.
I think the charm of Sharknado is that it knows what it is, so it stays in its lane.
Oh yeah, they know exactly what they have on their hands. They don't try to make it like serious, or they don't insult your intelligence like you should take it serious.
Yeah, like
plus the movies are what they are, but they have like every Sharknado is like guest appearances by everybody.
Tara Reid.
Yeah. Well, I said guest.
Hey, we got a chance to meet her next week. We get a chance.
We're going to be talking about that after I go down my list.
Okay.
We're definitely going to tell you all about that because we haven't really mentioned it here, so we're going to go over that.
Yes.
Coming in at number 7 is from 2007, and it's Lake Placid 2. I had a choice between Lake Placid 2 and 3, and 2 is less offensive. I'm going to be using that phrase quite often.
I haven't seen 3. I've seen 2. I didn't hate 2.
No, it's every bit of what.
It's not 1.
No, it's not 1, but it's every bit. Lake Placid is the original Lake Placid is a good old campy movie, just kind of like the original Anaconda. And then the sequels came about, and they were all Sci-Fi Channel type of deals, and
yeah,
they kind of didn't do so well. Or maybe they did do well because they keep playing them all the fucking time, but
they gotta get their monies out of them.
2 is definitely better than 3. 3 is just...
Yeah. It goes in order, 1, 2, 3.
Number 6, speaking of, I put Boa from 2001. Now, this is strange. This is the one with Dean Cain in it.
Okay.
And the original title to this was called New Alcatraz. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, because I don't think of snakes.
Isn't an Alcatraz a bird?
God damn, that was funny. You just don't know.
No, I know Alcatraz is a prison, but
Alcatraz was a prison.
No, I know that, but
there's no bird named Alcatraz. Although I
think I'm thinking of albatross.
Avocados, who gives a fuck? No, that is funny though. But yeah, I have no reason why they wanted to call this New Alcatraz. It's about maybe because a year earlier they came out with the movie Python, and they didn't want to be like, oh well, we're making a similar movie.
We're copying their homework,
which is basically what they did. But anyway, coming in at number 5, you've seen this one from 2007. Pumpkinhead Blood Feud.
Yeah, that's a goodie.
Yeah, Blood Feud.
Kind of wondering if there's something else on your list.
Blood Feud was the 4th film in the Pumpkinhead franchise.
It was pretty much like Haddonfield McCoy's.
Yeah.
But they didn't use Haddonfield McCoy's name.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. And I believe it's on Tubi, so if you want to check it out. Most of these movies you can either find.
I think both of them are on Tubi.
Yeah.
Tubi.
I think the original one's on Tubi as well. Speaking of, coming in at number 4 from 2000 is Python. Now, this one was my favorite because I believe don't quote me on this. One of them has Robert Englund in it. And I believe it's Python. He plays like a doctor out in the woods. It might be Boa versus Python. I can't remember. He's in one of them.
I think it's Python. These movies start running together after a certain extent.
I know the guy that played in Will Wheaton. Yeah, the one that played in Stand By Me and Star Trek.
Yeah.
He plays in it, I do believe. But one of them has old Freddy Krueger himself, Robert Englund. It's in the same universe. So, and I'm just wasting time while
I'm looking up to make sure Robert Englund was in Python.
So,
Robert Englund was in Python. He was Dr. Anton Rudolph.
Sure, he was in it.
He's in it.
Now,
sorry,
my top three are well, I include Python as well, but my top four I think are actually really fucking good movies, like really good movies. Like you should actually go out of your way to see them. Number 3 is from 2004, and it has one of the worst titles I've ever heard in my life, but it is a damn good movie. Don't let the title fool you. It's called Frankenfish.
I haven't seen this one.
Frankenfish is fucking awesome, dude.
Is this a horror comedy?
No. It's a fucking it's a good movie. It's I would say that it's on par. It's on par with like Anaconda. Like I love the movie.
Is this about what the title is?
It's about fucking basically what happens is this these people do these experiments on this big fucking fish and basically I'll fuck it up. So it's like made of different parts, right? Mm-hmm. It's like got like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's where the Frankenfish comes in.
Yeah.
And it gets loose and it's like, they said it loose in like a swamp.
Right.
And it centers around like these people that live on the bayou. They're like kind of all right there in like a little general area and they can't leave because it's one of those things where the only way they get back into town, they literally live on the water.
Yeah.
So they have to like, it's like boat back and forth. They can't like jump in a car and go anywhere.
Go down the road.
Yeah. But it's really cool. It's a really good movie.
I'll have to watch this. I'm gonna take your like me and you normally see eye to eye on horror movies.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. Like I said, this is a notch above all the, your typical sci-fi movies. And the title of it is what's going to throw you off the most. Like Frankenfish, what the fuck? Anyway, number 2 is from 2011, and it's Swamp Shark. And Swamp Shark stars Christy Swanson from the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And again, this is another about a shark being transported. An accident happens. He gets loose in the swamp. And, it doesn't die. It doesn't die. It kind of like mutates to survive. And it adapts. It adapts to everything. And Christy Swanson kind of runs this like little restaurant where, she serves food and everything, but it's also one of those things where families can go and watch them feed the gators and shit like that. And she comes out the house and all of her fucking gators are decapitated. And this fucking thing has done bitten and pillaged the whole fucking
Rape the gators.